Well, good morning, everybody. This is Ken Owen. Welcome to Tuesday morning. It is 8:30 on the West Coast where I'm reaching out to you from. So it's a pleasure to have a gorgeous day here, believe me. I am founder and chairman of Agravitae. Agravitae stands for Grateful Life, by the way. And I'm founder and chairman of TKO Farms. TKO Farms is the world's largest soursop farm with about 85,000 soursop trees. And I get into sharing our story, because of being able to get a product to market that is of the highest standard and the highest quality. And I don't like to get, what did I do with my notepad? I don't want to get sidetracked on the wrong things. And this is my first program of doing this. So I want to do it continuously to educate people up to par, what we're doing, why we're doing. So as we get into this, I look for the chat bars or wherever it's at. I think hopefully it'll come through private chat. I'll try to address anything that comes up. So first of all I always like to start out telling the story of how I was diabetes 9 years ago. Actually 9 years ago next month. And so I'm looking for property. I came across a farm, and it was listed as citrus. And it really interested me because I love timber. So bottom line is, next thing you know, over the course of months, I'm on the phone with the doctor. And he actually built the farm. He bought it originally 17. He actually only bought it because of orange juice. He loved orange juice. He is out of Michigan and go down there and spend the winter season in Michigan, and basically grew the farm from 160 acres to over 500 acres. And that was with teak and mahogany and coconut trees and a whole variety of things. So as we got through the due diligence of this, and again, I keep saying I didn't know anything. I was really focused on teak and mahogany. That was the core of this. So we're closing escrow, and the doctor says to me, he says, "Ken, take a look at the soursop." He says, "It very well could be your future." And I go, "What's soursop?" He goes, "Look it up. You'll figure it out." I go, "Really?" So I'm on my computer, and I look up soursop, and I'm blown away. Right away as to the compounds and what they were saying about how for deadly diseases and how good it is for the body. And so I spent the next 3 to 5 days really going through, digging into this, put my staff on it. And I was really impressed. So I was down at the farm, and I'd called Abner, which is the farm manager to this day. And so Abner and I go out, and he shows me the 2,000 trees. And on the 2,000 trees, when you're looking at, when we have 85,000 teak, 16,500 mahogany, citrus, all the different ones, there's really no amount of trees. So he shows me, and he tells me the story. And he gets credit for it, because Abner's the one that talked the doctor in to actually put in soursop. So bottom line is, we go through, we talk about the soursop trees, and I'm really intrigued with them, but they're only about 2 feet tall, so they're not very large yet. So next thing you know, I'm doing more and more homework, and over the course of the next 3 to 6 months, I come back and I said, "Abner," I've been in and out of the farm many times by that point. And I said, "Abner, I want you to cut out all the orange trees, and I don't want you to disrupt the soil. Do not bother the soil. Cut the trees off even with the ground. Let's put them in a pile. We'll burn them, and then we'll start planting soursop trees right by the base of the orange trees," which had all the nutrients in it. And this is Mayan soil. So you're talking about right in the middle of the best soil, best valley you could ever imagine. Actually, many people call it the Napa Valley for soursop in the country of Belize. It's pure and clean, of the highest quality. So we started planting soursop, and we grew this up to the world's largest farm by adding 400 more acres on the river, which really becomes a big part of this, for the simple fact the 400 acres is really where the water levels exceed the riverbanks, and actually gives nutrients to the trees about 2 times a year, which is really critical. So So now we're growing the largest farm. I go into many people's phone calls, asking questions, getting involved with us. And next thing you know, I have a gentleman call me and he says, I want to buy your tea. I said, we don't have tea. He said, sure, you got tea. You got trees, you got tea. And I said, well, here we go. Next thing you know, which you guys can see on videos, they're all over the place. Agravitae has tons of videos, and you guys will see them with Nigel on them and many other people. So we bring the world leading tea master in, and he educates us. First of all, he goes to the farm and he eats a leaf off a tree, and he says, we got something to work with here. So now we've got something that's really worthy at the end to make a quality product. So over the course of 10 days, Nigel's there. He goes through the different steps of how to make the tea and how to make it better. We also took tea down there, 10 different types of teas that we had ordered, and he wanted to compare all these other soursop teas to what he was going to produce. And so at the end of the day, we did a test. He basically, there was no ifs, ands, or buts. We had about 10, 15 people. Hands down, he made the best tea. And the other teas that he brought in, or we brought in and he tried, he says, didn't even qualify. He says, these are not teas. This is just broken up leaf that's dried, which is really critical to this process. So everybody wants to know, why is the soursop graviola tree tea so important? Why is it what it is today? And why did I create this product line? So we go from a farm, we go to the name Agravitae, which took years. And the reason for that is because we tried so many products and they were disappointing, extremely disappointing. And I said, how can people be selling this when it's not quality? And it's coming from all over the world, and Mexico, and anyway, all over. And so we sent it to the labs, and it was very disappointing. The certificate of analysis we have on our site, by the way, and this is for purity, cleanliness, everything else, which is really super critical. So as we get deeper into learning about tea, we build the tea plant, and it's the only one in the world. And so we start producing the tea. And so next thing you know, we're down the path of actually making multiple products. And what I mean by multiple products is we actually started under Agravitae with making skincare. We made chocolate. We made multiple things. While we're building the tea plant, getting it ready, which was a lot of work. And I always throw this out there. The tea plant basically was crazy because it's the only tea plant in the world that actually processes soursop tea, the young leaf, which is the critical part of this. Not aged leaf. You see it all over every place. It's the young nutrients in it is the young leaf. We pick it early in the morning. It's taken to the facility. It's processed within about 30 minutes, which is very fast. This is how we keep the nutrients in the tea, all the compounds, everything that's needed for the body. So now what we end up with is a high quality tea. And that tea basically, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to now kind of just talk about tea since we've pushed that direction, is I want to show you. So I make tea every morning. Look at the color of this. Okay. So this is my chieftain pot. We have a lot of company, so I make typically 1 or 2 of these minimum a day. I drink at least 1 to 4 cups a day. I wanted to show you the color of that too, because too many people, it's for everybody's different. I steep mine at about 175 degrees in this, and it's steeped for about 5, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever it may be. And then basically it's ready to go. I take my cylinder out of the middle of it. I set it aside. Don't keep it in there. The longer you have the cylinder in there, it's going to have bitterness to it. So we don't want to have any bitterness. So now we have the tea. You see the color of it. The flavor of it's unbelievable. A lot of people ask the question, caffeine. There is no caffeine in this. This is 100% natural. That young leaf, when it's picked in the morning, and it takes about 2 to 4 times more leaves, being the young leaf, to make the tea versus a aged leaf. An aged leaf is very fibrous, thick, and heavy, hard to cut. That's how come everybody says, well, your product is higher price. Yes, it is, because it takes probably about 2 to 4 times more leaves. The processing that goes into it is extremely in depth. to get it to the plant, picking it in the field first thing in the mornings, by the way, because we don't want to lose any integrity. So now we got a tea that basically comes from the field early in the morning through the processing plant, and we end up with a high quality product that basically in 30 minutes is now a tea through the sifting process, and it's all broke down in sizes. So now we're looking at quality. And we always say quality starts at where it's grown at, and that's grown in Belize. It's probably the last pure natural place that I can think of in the world. They never use DDT. And I go back to something that's really critical. That leaf that's grown is where the Mayans lived on the 400 acres, and the Mayans lived on the hillside up on the top. And they would actually plant their crops down next to the river. And the reason for that was not only to get water, but when it flooded, the nutrients that came out of the Mayan mountains came in and basically put new soil, re-enriched the soil with nutrients from the mountains. So you can imagine how critical that is, because we want to make sure that everything that we're using is pure and clean. We're clean, not organic. So we stay focused on the quality of the product being natural, clean from Mother Nature, minimum processing. And so by going through these steps, we were able to deliver you a high quality product that basically started where the Mayans lived. To this day, there are artifacts, the property, the things that we've learned about the property, why they lived exactly where they lived on this property, and the way they processed their own food from using the river water to the flooding given nutrients. So we really end up with a high quality product at the end of the day. So I want to show you actually leaf. Now, this is pure leaf. This is what basically comes in a bag. I put it in a fruit jar instead of a bag so you can actually see it close up. Look at that. This is about what you get in a bag, and this, I open it up to smell it every morning. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but there you go. Now, one of the many things, and everybody asks me to make sure that I cover this many times, it's really critical not to boil your water. If you have high quality water, which is typical spring water / others, bring it up to only 175 degree range. It can be 165, 185, but only bring it up to that temperature. Then put your tea in, let it brew, and then take it out. Now, young leaf, because it has got about 200% more compounds in it than aged leaf, and I actually have a chart that I bring up, and I took a picture of this so that, where am I at here? I wanted to give you guys an idea. So this is the chart right here, and the high chart is the 5-1. That is young leaf, and this comes from Cambia Labs. Okay, so you'll see the rest of the area, and if you want to take a picture of that, obviously you can. So you're going to see where the compounds really come from. It's really from the leaf and the young leaf at the most highest point. Very critical. Now, to back that up a little bit, one of the other things is really critical is the copper content. This is the copper content. Look at the chart there against mushrooms. Now, you want a high copper content because that's very important for the body, for hair, nails, everything else, cleaning your blood. The importance of having clean blood is really critical because that's about repairing the body. And it's all about us being, health is wealth, as we all know. So that copper content is super critical. So many people reach out and say, Ken, why do you have more copper? Well, that's because when that rain comes down, it's actually reloading the ground and where the tea is growing at, the young leaf. And the young leaf is only cut for a certain size tree so that it only grows leaf. So it can actually grow pretty fast. And so we covering the bases of the quality of the leaf and everything is so critical because that's what's coming to you. So at the end of the day, this is what you're getting, as I already showed you, the pure, unbelievable pure tea, young leaf, young leaf, young leaf. Nobody else does this. Nobody can brag about it. When you see product in a full-size leaf, At the end of the day, those leaves are taken, they're dried outside. They're not put through a process that professionals designed for you, like Nigel Milliken. The people that we brought out, the way this is cut, treated, temperature-wise, is how it preserves everything. When you take something and you put it in the sun, and that's what 99% of those are dried, we learn from this, obviously, you're losing your nutrients in it. And that's the last thing you want to do. The nutrients aren't there, guaranteeing you. We've done enough studies and tests to spend the millions of dollars to get to this point. Cambria Lab does all of our analysis. Like I said, the COA is on the site of our products and everything. So very critical. But the other thing goes back to, don't boil your water and put your tea in boiling water. What do? You destroy all the nutrients. And that's the last thing we want. We don't want to kill our nutrients. We want to stay focused on a good quality tea that's going to get the nutrients into our body, this is full of, what is it? There's about 128, I think, approximately compounds and everything in the tea. 74 of them fight the deadliest diseases. Tea is extremely known for that. This is just 100% pure soursop tea. We call it graviola, whichever one, or guava banana, other people call it different things. But it's all about those compounds. So now here's the other thing, is it's so powerful that you can actually, most of the time, now this here is about a 20-ounce cup. 16 to 20 ounces. So a regular cup of tea is 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 ounces. You can really get 2 runs of tea out of one packet of your tea, depending on what you're using. I don't have it here with me, but you don't want to waste it in any way. Reuse it again, or double amount and get another cup of tea out of it. Don't throw it away. The other thing is, eat the tea. After you're done with it, take the tea, eat it. It is the most healthiest thing for you. It's not dead yet. You've just pulled some of the nutrients out of it. So now take it, put it in your scrambled eggs, put it in whatever it is that you like. Do not throw it away. Eat it. Get those compounds into your body. So critical. I've watched so many videos. Those videos say, at the end of the day, boiling water. Well, boiling water kills everything. So I don't know why people are saying that. You don't want anything that's got these type of nutrients in it going into boiling water, because it destroys them. So I don't want to, keep going down that path, but really critical to how we learn what the product is and why we've taken the time to make this product at the highest standard and quality. So we've really started to focus on loose leaf. We got multiple teas. You guys can see here, go pick up the tea. It's the best product, I'm telling you, hands down. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We've had doctors, we've had 1,000 people to the farm validating quality over and over. And I never can say enough about the validation of quality. We actually have a naturalist. Her name is Ashley. And she would actually do all of our energy testing of products, which I'm going to talk about a couple of them here. And energy testing is everything. The more that you put products through mechanical equipment, the higher chances that you're going to lose the integrity of the product. That's why it's really critical for our tea, after we processed it, that we went back to actually energy test it, not only doing the COA for everything else to make sure that there's nothing in it that should not be in it. Now it's, how is it working for the body? That's the most critical part. A lot of you guys out there know there's naturalists, friends. You could smell it, you could taste it, you can feel it, you know it. But to have somebody that really has this energy to do this is amazing. I always look at the end product at the end of the day, and it's all about how many times we process it. I want to stay away from bagging the tea. That takes more stainless steel equipment, more operating, because it can pull away from the integrity of the product. So that's why we're really going to be focusing on loose leaf. So that's a little bit on tea. I'm going to cover it more and more often. Agravitae. Now, this is my first time, so I might be missing some stuff here. I don't quite understand how to do everything. My guy set this up, and I said I was going to start this morning, and here we go. So now I want to talk about, now we got tea, and we got many products at Agravitae, okay? Agravitae.com, you can see the products. You're going to be able to pick them out. Think of them as the highest, purest quality. We're all about the nutrients in the body, and nutrients help heal us. We're looking at deadly diseases are out there. The tea is one of the most unbelievable things, you guys, for your stomach. If I haven't had one, I've had 1,000 people say your tea has done unbelievable things for my stomach from being challenged for 3 years. After 30 days, they'll say, Ken, my challenge has moved on. Our stomach is our processing center, as we all know. The better we take care of that, the less problems we have. And we know that our stomach tells the story of everything. So now one of our other great products, so now we got the tea, which is, this is our loose leaf here. You can see it, one of them that are on the site. We also have, there's actually limited amounts of the other type of teas, which there's tropical, vision, what is it, focus, sleep. So those are available. Get them while you can, because these are small batch runs. Just so that you guys know, we can't make tons and tons of this tea. Every day, we're lucky if we end up with about 35 to 50 pounds with our processing. That's all that you can make in a day. Hope everybody understands that. This is not where we go pick 25,000 pounds of tea in a day and process it. These are everyone. That's why the bags say small batch. This is estate grown. This is quality. So now let's talk a little bit about the AGR 74. This is our newest, hottest product. Let me see here. I want to put it out there. AGR 74. Okay. So this product is derived from the tea leaf. Now, this is what's amazing. So once we found out the quality of our tea and everything, I bought these grinding stones, and not stainless steel. Everybody tried to sell me all the stainless steel equipment. We can make 50 tons of powder a day, blah, 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 blah. And I wanted to stay with Mother Nature. We've grown our product at the highest quality place in the world. That's in Belize, in a valley. It's pure and clean, never had DDT. The rain, I mean, it's just Mother Nature's gift to us. I'm telling you, you guys. You can see it. We've got a documentary piece, what is it, A Seat at the Table. This came out, multiple pieces. It's everywhere. But when you start to figure out, God gave us this tree. I guess I better start there for 1 second. Why is the soursop tree the tree of life? And there's many things, but there's 4 main ones. 4. One is that it's self-pollinating, takes no bees. Very critical. 2 is if the tree is maintained and taken care of, it can actually grow fruit and leaf year-round. Okay, so that means so much, because this is a tree. Most trees can only grow fruit 1 time a year, and they call it 1 or 1.5 crops. So now we've got a tree that basically can grow fruit year round and can grow leaf. Now there's highs and lows of those seasons. Now the third thing is the fruit of the tree is the nutrients of the body, the fiber, the vitamins, everything else. It's got more than acai berry, blueberry, everything. So you can imagine what this does. And that fiber, we all know fiber for the body. Okay, and then the fourth thing, which is the gift from God, is the leaf of the tree. The leaf of the tree basically is everything. So now we got the 4 things that make the soursop tree what it is and why it's so important. Now keep in mind, I was never in this space. I didn't focus on this. I didn't know anything about this. And over 9 years, I've become extremely educated. People are so much smarter than me. So they can tell me so much, sometimes it scares me because it's so much to learn. But what we learn through the process now, by buying these granite grinding stones, like they go back 1,000 years, we put in our leaf into that. And these particular ones go from 2,000 pounds to 4,000 pounds, and it squeezes it. And when that leaf comes out, it comes out as a powder form. And you could imagine, I wanted powder to go into our products, and this is the pure powder. Look at the color of that. Pure, you can't believe how powerful this is. So out of that chart that I showed you earlier, that is the high point of the 5+ is actually once the leaf, basically that baby leaf again, has been processed, its compounds go up by 100% because it's a young leaf. And when it becomes powder, now it goes up anywhere from 200 to 400%. So now there's 218 compounds. The labs can be a lab, so you can look them up. did the study on it, and they said, Ken, there's so many compounds, we quit looking for them. Well, 74 of those compounds are the basically the ones that fight deadly diseases. We all know what those are. We talk about it every day. Soursop is known for what it does. When you have something of this quality and standard, we want to get it into our body for many reasons. And so we now have the powder, and we make different products with the powder, or a couple actually. And I wanted to make something uniquely different that could get into the body, and it was a lot of work. And so what we're able to do is we found a third party that could actually extract powder. Extraction of powder is extremely complicated, and to extract it and keeping your compounds in it, because most extractions got heat to it. That's not what took place here. So we're able to find a third party that basically was able to extract the powder, and now we got a liquid form out of that. And that liquid form at the end of the day is what's in the AGR 74. So I was skeptical at the beginning. So I went back, I said, all right, make me the product. Yeah, it was delivered to me. I sent it off to the labs, keeping my fingers crossed. And I go, okay. So within a week, they were excited at the same time, because they're like, Ken, this is amazing to what you found here. Let's see if it actually comes back. It came back that our compounds were in there. Now, there wasn't all 218, because you're going to lose compounds, everything else. But we had 40% of the compounds there, which 74 fight the deadliest diseases. And so now we're able to take that and produce the AGR 74. AGR stands for Agravitae, 74 is the 74 compounds. So the AGR 74 basically has really blown us away, because unbeknownst to us, those that have sugar challenges, A1C, everything else, it went after them. They dropped 30 points, 50 points, 70 points. People were calling us, which we already knew it would work. We just didn't know to what degree. So now we have a product that not only is helping with your sugar levels, it's actually helping with inflammation. Inflammation is a big thing in the body. We want to be careful, because inflammation causes cells to come to life that we don't want, that are deadly diseases, which, as we all know, those are the C word, and it's critical. Soursop is known for this. So to have the AGR 74 available, this is it. 4 sprays, 2 times a day is our dosing of it. 2 times a day, 4 sprays. Open it up, pull the top off, shake it thoroughly. In the mouth, let it sit for as long as you can. Keep in mind, absorption through the mouth, this is about a 90% absorption. Okay, and then it's in your bloodstream in about 30 seconds. The AGR 74 is nothing more than now the tea leaf that's went through a process that's in a liquid form to go after the deadly diseases in the body, that we need to make sure that, I go back to saying the same thing, health is wealth. Thank you for joining me today. Again, I'll be back up tomorrow. I want to make sure that I educate people. Go to the site, check everything out. Our products are there. We're about quality. You guys, everything's got to be quality. What we need, the cleanest. We have to have the highest standard. Thank you for visiting today. And I hope everybody has a great Tuesday. Look forward to seeing you later. Thank you.